Hello, and thank you so much for joining me on this course, How to Interview in English with Confidence. My name is Amanda Walden, and I have been an English coach for the last 8 years, helping professionals upgrade their English and feel confident using it in high-pressured situations. I'm so pleased to have you on board with this course and that you're taking this opportunity to really prepare for the job interview process in English. Putting the work in now really will pay off when you're sitting in front of that interview panel later on. So briefly, just a little bit about this course. One of the main focuses is really building your confidence in the use of English. It's amazing when I work with my students, and so many of them have so much knowledge of the English language, but when it comes to using it, they don't actually have the confidence to deliver what they know. And you know, this is a real shame, and it really does hold people back in a professional situation. So in this course, we really endeavor to overcome that barrier so that when you go into your job interview, you feel fully prepared and ready to answer those questions. And actually, you know, you start to enjoy the process, which of course is even better. I just want to briefly explain to you how I've organized the content of the lessons over the next few days. So each day you'll receive an email. In the body of the email, you'll have the main lesson content, but there will also be a video like today where I explain what's going to be happening in the lesson. You will also find as an attachment each day a vocabulary table. This is so that whenever you come across a new word, you can put it in the vocabulary table, the vocabulary chart, and then write down the meaning and even write the translation in your own language. And you can also say which lesson that vocabulary was from. This is really useful because when you come to organize your answers later in the course, if you decide to carry on and do this course with me, then this is really useful because you've got all of the vocabulary there. Even if you don't decide to carry on and do the course with me, it's incredibly useful because it's a way to organize new content and learn it systematically. Okay, so without further ado, let's get going on to lesson 1. In today's lesson, it's all about planning. And part of the planning is really working out how much time you have to commit to this process of preparing for your job interview in English. So I want you just to take 5 minutes and sit down and think about what time of the day you can study for this and how long at each of those times. So, you know, that might be in the morning, first thing when you get up, you might be able to get up half an hour earlier than usual, or maybe that's at lunchtime at work if you're working or if you're studying. You know, maybe you've got half an hour in your lunch break that you can use to do this course and prepare for your job interview. I've attached in this email a pledge for you to print out. You don't need to print it out if you don't have a printer. You can simply copy it out, but I do ask you to actually write it down and make that pledge. You'll see it here on the screen, and it just is a commitment to yourself of I'm going to study this amount of time each week. And then you can even put on what days you're going to study. The second part of task 1 is thinking about what you're going to do if a situation arises that interrupts your study. So for example, you know, perhaps you have children and one of your children has to stay home from school, so you have to look after them and you don't have time to study. Or maybe, you know, you might have to work late, something like that. So the reason we do this in advance, so you'll see here there's the what if page, and then you have the solution to when you're going to be able to make up that study time. The reason we do this in advance is so that you don't lose motivation, because things happen. So if in advance we already have a plan in place of what we're going to do if something does happen, you know, it's not all lost if we miss a day of study, then we can feel much more secure through this process. And that is really what we're trying to do with all of these different steps: build security around this process of using English and learning more English and getting what you need so you feel fully ready to interview in English. along with all the other things we're going to do, it just reinforces that you are working towards a goal. And we're going to be getting onto your goal tomorrow. That's a great day. And I love hearing everybody's goals and talking about them. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. The second task for today is to go to the downloads at the bottom of the email, to the attachments, and download the attachment, the 5 things you can do today to improve your English. Now, there are some of these that are about actual English language, but some of them are about how you present yourself, confidence, things like that. So have a look at the sheet, go through them and start to implement them. And please do let me know how you get on with this. Send me an email, reply to this email. I would love to know which ones you are implementing and how, how they've worked out for you, if they've helped you at all. Okay, that's everything for today. I wish you the very best of luck with filling out your pledge and having a look at those 5 things that you can do today to improve your English. I shall speak to you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.